Ooh, tomorrow's a government holiday. I forgot about that. I don't know if that happens at the local level, but I got relatives that are here working for the government, so I know that they're off tomorrow. Boy, the government has good benefits. Okay, we're live on Let's Go Help 2, and we're live on YouTube. And again, I'll put the links that I put on Let's Go Help 2 on YouTube after I stop, because it won't let me add anything before I stop. There's a whole list of freebies that, and don't forget, the freebies I talked about are really just samples of the kinds of things that are out there. So you're going to have to do a little more work, and follow up to see what programs like this are available where you live. I mean, that's the whole thing about this, but it's knowing, I think, what to ask for. Hey, if you didn't know there was such a program, then you wouldn't look for it where you are, and there's no way that we could keep up and show you every possible program where you are. They come and go so quickly. I mean, it would take a budget bigger than NASA. Maybe that's why the government doesn't do it, because it's all from not only the federal government. See, the federal government gives out grant programs, okay? They pass a bill, sort of like the one we talked about last time for fixing up your home. So there's billions and billions of dollars that are given out. Then that money has to go through the Treasury and decide how to give it to the states. Then they give it to every state their proportion. Okay, and when they get that proportion, then the state government has to figure out how the hell they're going to distribute it, okay? And then it goes probably to the county. So then the county has to figure out. Actually, what I see, some cities get it directly because they're so big in population, and then the smaller areas get it at their county government. Okay, now that's just for federal programs. Now there's a whole bunch of other things that are local programs that they use from local tax money or federal tax money that they're getting, because a lot of the money that goes to your state and local government is what's called in just lump sums to help people. Okay, here's a bunch of money to help people. You decide how you want to help people where you live, and then they vote on something they're going to do. And see, there's still a lot of government money at the state, local, and county level that has been given to these local jurisdictions through from the COVID money, all that COVID grant money, and they haven't decided how to spend it yet. So many cities. That's why you want to get your local elected officials say, hey, what are you doing with all the COVID money? Where is it? And it's sitting in their bank accounts doing nothing, and it's set aside to help people in financial trouble. So if they don't get pushed, they're going to do the easy way, whatever the hell gets them elected. and that's the thing, and that's why your elected official has power over the bureaucrats, the people running government agencies, okay? They're bureaucrats. I mean, that's not a derogatory name, that's a real name. But we use it derogatorily, and I don't mean to, because they're most great working people. I mean, there's assholes everywhere, you can't control that. Frank Whipple, oh, Mr. Whipple, good. And so what you have to do is bang on your elected officials to ask, the elected, the government offices, what are you doing with this money? Why aren't you giving it out yet? And because it can be. And then you see, they have to decide what's get it. So if everybody's saying, oh, it should be this, other people say it should be that, whatever, everybody's got their own mouths to feed is what it boils down to. My mom just said that your mom, is she as old as I am, Charity? No one's as old as I am. I don't run into many 80-year-olds, particularly when I'm out jogging, or I actually actually walk. I don't jog. Or even at the gym. There's some guy at the gym too, looks a little frail. Actually, I'm as old as Trump and Biden. We're all at that same number, 80. And they're pretty healthy, man. I mean, but I don't think we want some 80-year-old fart running the things. Oh, she's 74. Well, she's in that range, huh, Charity? Charity, have you been live recently? I don't think I saw you live or anything. Everything okay? Could I help you with anything? Frank, if you have anybody here, on member of Let's Go Help, if you've ever received money from the government, from a grant or any kind of or from us, we're really looking for more help, sort of volunteers, but we give a stipends, and so we'll pay you a little bit to help you. But really, yes, we did a couple of days ago. Okay, a couple of days ago. Okay. Yeah, more often the better. And really because we're getting more customers. And I don't know why, what I'm doing right, or actually it's our marketing guy. A sweet man. He's only like 22 or something like that. And he just kills it with marketing. He's just phenomenal. I thought I was pretty good in marketing. This guy is a quarter of my age. Is batting the swinging of the fences almost every time he's up the bat, and it's just a joy to see. But now we got to take care of these people and make them feel comfortable, and that there is help out there, because they'll come on site, nobody's there, I don't know what the fuck to do, and there's nothing here, it's just another scam, and we don't want to do that. And so that's why we're looking for members to help. You just email. Tammy will tell you how to do it. She's here. And Misty manages that. We'll get you set up. Maybe it's word of mouth. And it's important that we have more live people, I feel, on, because we have more people. They'll come onto the website, and it is complicated. No matter how much we try not to make it complicated, it really is. And because the government is so complicated. But see, the average person's thing is the government, and run into brick walls and don't know what they're doing, or go to Google and get scammed. So that's what we can do, is at least, you don't have to know everything I know. And that's actually even bad, because what I see, I think I'm not as good as helping people. I would like to help one day, but I have more training. I'm working on that. Well, whenever you feel comfortable, don't remember, I don't know shit either. Just being able to point to people or get them the basic reports that they don't know they're there, get them the 500 mini grant reports, and we got some problems with that, and we're trying to work out with that. So everybody, life or doing anything is just being able to handle a problem and fixing it and going on with life. If you want life to be perfect and everybody you work with perfect, that's another universe that I will never be part of, I'm sure, because I'm not perfect. So if everybody else is there, if I'm living there, I'm gonna fuck things up because I'm not that good. I can be overwhelming, but which you can navigate and get familiar with. That's what I mean, Lisa. So that's right. Just to give encouragement to people. Yes, you can do this, or you do have a shot. Well, then you're perfect to help other people, because then you have empathy for people that are struggling. See, if you think you're perfect and everybody else should be perfect, that's hard to encourage people, because they'll get too frustrated because nobody's perfect. Just do it. That's what the nuns used to do to us. How about free college? Yes, Jacqueline, there is. Most every, if you go to letsgohelp.org, download the Let's Go Meta Grant Report. Can you find that, please? Tammy, you around? Also, I have a bunch of new links that I'm working on. I want to share with you guys here. Let me get it. Okay, that's there. What I'm going to put up here is really just the headlines, and working on expanding or not. The most important one really is on the top. The IRS got billions of dollars, like $80 billion, and the Congress is pissed off because they want to starve the IRS to death so they don't audit anybody. And actually the IRS, we have, I think like $2 trillion in debt every year. Okay, the IRS estimates there's $1 trillion, I think it's 700 billion, but close to $1 trillion of people that don't pay their taxes. Okay, so we could get rid of half of our debt if people just paid the goddamn taxes. But if there's no penalty, then why the hell pay? This is ask Mr. Trump. I think he's learning that, and he'll probably pay more taxes from now on, right? And he's now a poster child. Man, I think it's a total of $500 billion laptop in Connecticut. Okay, Estefani, yes. Okay, go to findhelp.org, please, and go computers and see what they have in Connecticut, okay? Because they do, everybody has them from nonprofit organizations. You apply there. Then you go look at the left-hand side on Let's Go Help Too, and look at our grants. We have one grant that says we give out 25 laptops. I hope to give out 30 soon. And really business has been good. And so I want to give more profit back to you guys. Winning a grant would help us purchase a tax property for our veterans sober home. Well, that's wonderful, Stephen. But I think you should start looking for stuff like that anyway. Look, go, you're trying to get a home for veterans. Okay, we'll go to item number 5. Please, Stephen, and look at the people there that help you develop any idea. Okay, but don't ask for money. You're not asking for money. See, that's another trap, because people say, shit, I don't have $1. But they know how to put things together for you, and you may be thinking about the wrong way of doing this. So what you have to do is know more about your potential. Okay, there's our link there. But that's the report for finding local ones, local computers. Okay, now our application for a computer is in our grant applications. Okay, and by the way, we had 2,000 applications for our Valentine's grant, which was wonderful. I mean, the people, I wish I could call it love money, and why the hell don't I, right? But it is. I mean, the older I get every day, ask your mom this, Charity, if she feels that getting older is really how to love harder and how to love more and how to help people more and open your heart more so that you feel more comfortable inside, because otherwise your heart will get hard and then it's not comfortable, and you come home and kick the dog. And you don't want to do that. And I think it's all about loving, and that's why even members, I mean, I certainly don't know you face to face personally, but just through your words and actions and how you treat other people, it's just so loving. And I think that's the most helpful thing you could give to somebody is your love, your love for life or whatever, and the appreciation for what's valuable, not the meanness of what pisses you off. And we all got that list. That's easy. But I have a cat. She said yes, but I have a cat. Well, see, I think as people, that's why I feel so, just so gifted. I mean, I don't know. None of this I do is really by design, or I don't do spreadsheets or the think tags. Man, I just follow my heart. What and the world tells you what to do. That's it. It's sort of like individual love. I mean, you listen to the other person hard enough and to understand not what they're saying, but what they're feeling. And that's harder. Yeah, may I know how to contact customer service regarding payments? Yes, it's she's 23. Your mom is 23 pounds? Oh, the cat is 23 pounds, so bigger than a lot of dogs. Yeah, that's a big cat. And where was I? Customer service. letsgohelp@gmail.com. letsgohelp@gmail.com. And also, you could cancel your service yourself by going to letsgohelpmember.com. Tammy, do you have a minute to check letsgohelpmember.com to see if that works for you? You know, that's a place where you can manage your own account. And you just have to have your email address for what your account is in. You put that in, it sends you, I think, a code or something to go on yourself, and you could stop, change it, change your subscription, and start and stop it whenever you like. So you hate us, fine. I got ex-wives in that category. So no, they were all lovely people. I was just fucked up and young. Cancel, charge, or edit your membership. Yes, okay. But yeah, can you go and click on it, Tammy? See if that works for you. If you put in your Bruce Lee's your cat. Wow. Where were we helping people? Oh, you want to start home for. Okay, you have to. Right, you're digging now. Get as many people as you can, and just say, "Hey, I need help starting this. You have suggestions?" That's what you want. You don't say, "Hey, I need a lot of money to do this." Then they think, "Okay, I have to get this guy a lot of money. I don't know where the fuck it is. I'm sorry, I can't help you." But if you go and say, "Hey, I need help or ideas on where to go to start or how to start this," because then that expands, you know, your possibilities more than just looking for grant. You know that will solve your problem, but you know that will solve everybody's problem. But there's always other ways to do that. And I learned that quickly after I started the first two businesses with finding money, and they failed. And then I found that it was a lot better if I didn't have any money because those businesses were successful. Yeah. So like if you want to have a home for, I forget what kind of veterans. I'm a vet, Vietnam. And, you know, there's a lot of housing around. You don't have to buy a house. You know, you could do other ways. See, the veterans get money to go somewhere. You know, you could find somebody with empty places and use and start learning the system. In other words, maybe who can't rent their apartments, you know, and you learn where veterans will get that money to get a home, okay, and how much it is. And now you go around to the community who has housing that you can match the two up together, okay? So like take one case, you know, take one person, one vet who needs something like that, and help them go through the process because they'll get money. So you learn what money they get, and then go on the house side, you know, whether it's Airbnb or just rental apartments or whatever. And does that make sense? Can you find something cheap enough for they can use the money to get something like that, okay? Or you look at a rundown building, you know, that's not being used, that can be easily converted. Well, then the government would like to have something nice that's not run down, and you could say, okay, see that run down? I could put, you know, 20 veterans in there if I got $100,000 to make it like, okay, so now they don't have an eyesore, and they just have to give you $100,000 to do something to make it nice, help veterans, make the neighborhood nicer, and it's a win-win-win, and you still don't need the money. See what I mean? So there's always new ways to do that. And it takes some creativity, but it takes talking to people and opening your mind about possibilities and not telling them you need money. You're telling me, I have this problem. Do you have any suggestions of the way to handle it, okay? Because they've been in similar kind of situations in a way. You're asking people for money, so they're doing ventures and all this kind of stuff. So they're going to know more options than you and I could ever think about. Yeah. Call up your local county veteran service officer. Okay, that's probably the best place to start. County Veteran Service Office. Okay, that's in Tammy, if she here, I'm asking her to do so much, that we have a link there, and actually there's an 800 number there, or 900 number, or some kind of toll-free number to start in the County Veteran Service Office, and make an appointment with the local official there and tell them the kinds of that's it, right, the VSO. Carmel. Okay, so tell them, because they know all about veterans benefits, okay? So tell them what you have in mind that you're thinking about, okay? And then they could help brainstorm about possibilities or what other avenues, or like I was talking about a little before, so there's just dozens of ways to solve a problem, not the way you think. Sure, you have a problem, got a lot of money, I solve the problem. Yeah, but it may not work that way, and the people really get things done are people who find what's obvious, not obvious, and that's what you have to do if you really want to do it, and that comes from motivation. That's why I gave up wearing only question mark suits to wearing hearts, because sure, I could tell you how to get a grant, but if your heart's not in it, then what are you going to do when you don't get that grant, or you can't find that goddamn thing? Then you have to use your heart, because that's what gives you the motivation to keep at it, to find something that is different. And that's the only way things work. I mean, people invent great things. Everybody told them they're fucking nuts. They can't invent electricity. What are you thinking about, Mr. Edison? That's bullshit. Get out of here. It's all that. I know anything is like that, and that's why I think your heart is important. Your heart is more important than anything else, I think, in doing this, no matter how smart you think you are. If you don't have the heart, and it doesn't take a high IQ. It's not the IQ, it's not the intelligence, it's the heart, because you're going to have problems no matter what you do. And life is about dealing with problems and how you do that. If you think there are no problems, then you shouldn't do anything, because anything you do is going to have problems. So you should train yourself on how to handle problems, not to handle success. That's why I went to MBA school, and they were telling me how to run things perfectly and everything. Nothing works perfect. I walk into my business every day, it's all screwed up. And it's not they're malicious people or planning to screw me or whatever. No, that's what life is. Life is about handling screw-ups, not handling perfect. Anybody could do that. Yeah, you gotta train yourself to handle screw-ups. And that's why we train people for the wrong stuff. You could learn anything. Just get in there and start learning and realize you don't know anything. It's good if you think you know something because you had a lot of schooling or whatever, and so I know everything. That's bullshit. You know how to bullshit, and bullshit doesn't go very far. Well, it does actually if you're just dealing with other bullshitters, but for real stuff, you got to do something, and that's how you do and grow. I need help with housing and got fed on mobile home and have limited funds where to go. Actually, I'm not sure what you mean by get fed on. Well, actually, if you're looking for anything to do with business expenses or whatever, thanks. That's very thoughtful of you. First, downtown's or mini grants. Yes, Tammy. Download your mini. Good. Tammy, were you able to get into on your account for LesGoHelpMember.com to see if that works for you? Maybe you did tell me. Free negotiator. Oh, right, great. My dad is a Vietnam vet who's had stage 4 cancer for 10 years and just found out his tumor. Oh, that's right. We did tried to do something for him, but he doesn't want help, right? And then we said something about in Ohio or the what's that big health center? Maybe it's in Minneapolis, to call them to see. We were working with a PHA in Philly, planning on, oh, wonderful, Stephen. Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing. You call that. That may work, may not. But don't forget, if you're there and they don't, well, ask them where else to go. That's the key. Whenever you want to know where else to go, and get suggestions from them, because they do this kind of thing all the time. Be talking to sea moss capsules every morning. You should be taking, oh, sea moss. You're done. Cool. Well, check that out. And we're all guessing. Doctors are guessing. Everybody's guessing. So if there's no bad side effect or anything, particularly anything that's not pharmaceutically, can't be. It's at yes, Mayo. Hold the Mayo. All right. He's almost cancer. Oh God, that's great. Oh, wonderful. Oh. It's already solved another problem. That's great. I live on Martha's Vineyards. We have housing crisis. Blue-collar workers have to come up with upwards of 800. Wow, isn't that amazing? I rent and pay $3,000 a month plus expenses. What is the Biden rent grant about? The Biden rent grant is it's a new program that's part of Medicaid, and it's to make sure people don't get homeless. Because if you become homeless, then you have a lot of health problems, because you don't have you're either sleeping on the street or sleeping on somebody's couch and all this kind of stuff, and not taking care of yourself. So they decided that Medicaid should be giving out rent grants so people don't lose their housing, okay? And that's what they're doing. It's up to 6 months. 19 states now do this, okay? And it's incredible thought. A lot of other countries do it like this. So if you're worried about this, you have to check if your state has this program. But most states will eventually get it. But only 19, I think, have it right now. And a way to do that is Medicaid.gov. Now, there's another thing about avoiding eviction. Avoiding eviction means you should get a lawyer, a free lawyer. There's a lot of free lawyers around. And I just read a report recently that people who get a free lawyer and go to court about their eviction win like 90% of the time. If you don't get a lawyer, the other guy is going to win like 70% of the time. So instead of winning 90% of the time, you're only going to win 30% of the time if you show up without a lawyer in court. So you want to make sure you get a lawyer to go to court with on foreclosure. Not foreclosure, well, that too, but this is for eviction. So make sure you get an eviction. I was looking into Minnesota, one of the 19 states. Mom, I could share that. Oh, that's wonderful. Your Medicaid office is your state. If you go to Medicaid.gov, they'll have where the state, they have a listing of state offices there. Contact. If not, they don't know, call your elected official. They'll be able to find out. And that's another way. Where do you see if my state qualifies? I'm in Florida. I don't know what states qualify. I don't have a list. You have to check your state, and you do that by Medicaid.gov to find your state. Or if you know your state Medicaid office, you could call 211 where you are, or call your elected official. So that's commoncause.org. And you put in your address, and you have about a dozen elected officials. You call each one of them if you want, or as many until you get an answer. I'm happy to be a new member in Let's Go Help too, because God knows I need help. Oh, now we do too. So us and God know you need help. Okay, Veronica, make sure you get the reports about the free, the Let's Go Meta Grant report. That's definitely, it's well, maybe not. I mean, the Department of Health Service, for your state, every state's, it may be, but you could start there. But because it's a Medicaid program, I would think the Medicaid people would know about it, but maybe they should. I don't know. It's different. Every state is different, and it's hard to say. So I can't say definitely what. But when you call any of those, then, and if they don't know or know, then you want to find out more about it, so you know maybe it's almost coming, or it may come soon, or maybe not. So maybe if you wait 2 months, it'll be here. Because a lot of people answering the phones don't know what's in the works. So that's another thing. Oh, thank you, Tammy. And also the link for the 500 milligrams report. And by the way, yeah, we're having some link problems, but working out. So give us a few weeks to work on that. Try to get that up a little bit. When things, when websites, sit unused for a while, they get a little cranky. Oh, we got a lot of people helping and things like that. So that's not unusual, and nothing stays the same. And then also the mice that run around in the internet will just decide to clamp down on you for no reason at all and do that. Well, guys, it's still a delight to be with you. I am so grateful every day for having this to do and having you guys around and such a center. I hope for many people. There was a lady with the best laugh I talked to last Friday, and it made us both days up. See, look at this. See what Charity just said? Now she goes, some lady, some bureaucrat, I guess, running a program. She called up, and they both laughed their ass off and made their whole day. So that's why you have to be human. When you call the government, you be human. You don't want to be like the Comcast operator just reading a script on the computer. No, this is wonderful to see and hear you live. Well, thank you, Melba. I hope it's here. I'm sort of planning 10, 15 more years. And actually right now, and I see how important this service may be, and it's because of you people. So that's why it's the members. If I could get more people, more members helping members, then I could fade away a lot easier. Yeah, and you learn, and like Charity has told me in the past, how much fun it is to help. And that's why I do this. That's why I get up every morning, because you give me so much joy and open my heart by giving me an opportunity to try to help you. And I think we're all basic human needs. We must all have that. I don't think I'm a special person or different than any other human. Just dress a little funny. That's okay. See you soon. Love you all. Thank you.